Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, hello there, I'm Djinn. This is Far Cry 3 Map Editor, and I've been seeing a lot of questions about it and stuff, so I'm going to try to go over some of them and cover some of the basics. Now, this is on PC. If you have it on the console, like Xbox 360 or PS3, it's easy to get into it. You see it right through the game. If you're on PC, you actually have to go find it in the folder, which it will be in your Steam directory folder, Steam Apps Common Far Cry 3 bin, and then you'll have it right here. It'll be called FC3 Editor. You're going to want to just click that. It'll open, or you can make a shortcut to it and all that good stuff. You know how to work icons. So I have a shortcut to it on my desktop personally, but that's where you're going to find it. Now, when you first open it, it's just going to open this. You'll either see this, or you might see like a mountain range. Either way, it's going to randomly generate a map, and it's going to put you there. So a new generated map, for example, no, it opened me Tropical Island, but if you go to Mainland Mountains, you might get randomly generated into something like this, or you can pick it. So you can go into that option right there that I just did, and you'll get like a mountain range, sort of like this one. And you can build from here. You can start working on this if you want, or you can just come back up to File, go to New Entry Map, and start from scratch, and you'll get a complete blank slate like this with a grid. Now, once you have whatever you're going to start working on down, you can go to map properties. This is where you'll get to pick like recommended players or whatever for your map size, and map name, author. That's all pretty straightforward. You'll figure that out. Now, this is pretty important, map validation. If you want to make your map to where you can upload it and people will be able to play on it and all that good stuff, like just create a real map that people will be able to play online. You can upload it to be used in matches and stuff like that. You need to make sure you reach validation. Whoops. And that being said, so for example, say I wanted to make a team deathmatch map. I would actually have to reach all these things for validation. As you can see, some of them already have a green check on it. No AI. Well, there's nothing here, so that's why that's reached. No vehicles. You're not going to be able to put vehicles on here. And no weapons. You're not going to be able to like hide a rocket launcher. That way you're playing it online with people and you can go like, oh yeah, I'm going to go get me some super guns that I hid somewhere. No, that's not going to fly. And even if you put balance guns, either way, no weapons allowed. And that's because, I don't know, that's just how it goes. Now, every single one is different, so you'll have to reach different requirements for each kind of match. But you'll figure that out. And let's see. So all this stuff is just certain, like, this is stuff you'll want to mess around with. You'll get the hang of it. I could go over each one, and they all do their own thing. And there's different reasons to use each one, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it's something that you'll just get the hang of. They're all pretty standard. Now, this thing actually, Terrain Hole, this is what nightmares are made of, though. So, this scares me. I haven't found a use for it yet, but there might be one. I don't know. If you just click it down like this, it just flat out puts a hole there. So, let's go ahead and test this out. Test in game. By the way, this is the actual size everything will look in game, so all that crap I was just scribbling down, this is how big it is. But look at this terrain hole. There's just a big old hole here. And this is going to give me nightmares for weeks. But you can just fall in the hole, and then you actually literally just keep falling forever. So I wouldn't put a terrain hole in your map unless you know what you're doing with it. I honestly don't know what I'm doing with it. So if I was you, unless you know what you're doing, I'd steer clear of them. I'm going to undo them immediately because they give me nightmares. And anyways, now that I've gone on about that enough, I'm just going to load a new generated map again real quick. No, I don't want to save this. We're going to just go back to Mainland Mountains. Okay, so here's a nice flat area that we can use. Okay, so this is the Objects tab. Now, let me get back out here. You'll be able to pick out of all kinds of stuff here. We'll just pick village. Give me some random buildings. Fish market. Okay, so we'll plop down a fish market there. Okay, so the Objects tab is pretty massive. You'll be able to pick everything from buildings to giant towers and all kinds of stuff, staircases, docks, all that good stuff. I already used that, didn't I? All the way down to the tiny little things that you could like decorate a house with, like a bookshelf or like just bottle of alcohol, whatever, all that stuff. All that stuff will be in this tab. And it's pretty weird. Okay, so you have the tab, you place down your objects, whatever. Then you have this. It's the rotate feature. You click on the item you want to rotate. You can actually like spin it around. You can, is that the same one? You can rock it. So you can tilt it front or back, or you can tilt it like side to side. So you could put like a sinking barn. I don't know what I'm saying by that. Just thinking of like the Titanic sinking, except it's a barn and it's on the ground. So anyways, yeah. So that's how you work these. Then you can just click this if you want to move stuff around. And then you could, this if you want to just move it perfectly straight. It won't mess up in like diagonal, whatever. And select, you can just use to select it. Whoops. And you can delete. If you want to delete a selected thing, just hit your delete key and that will be gone. Oh, I should have actually showed this feature right here. This is the collection system. I don't know why it's called collection system, to be honest, but that's what it's called. I should have actually shown this on the grid map, but I'll just try to show it here. Whoops, didn't mean to double click it. Okay, so if you want to add to it, by the way, say you want grassland. You don't want high jungle like I have right here. If you want just grassland, we're going to go, we'll go with high grassland instead of high jungle. So you just, wow, it actually is lagging when I do that, probably because I'm recording this. I don't know, you can scribble it down, it'll add randomness, but it'll all be in that palette or whatever it's called. I really don't know official name. So there's that. And then, okay, so here's for the roads. I'm going to add a road. We are in kind of a dirty looking place, but I'm not going to add a dirt road. I'm going to add a paved road too. So to add the road, you're going to draw, and then just click it down. And just draw a road, however you want it to look. I'm going to try to make it go in here a little bit, and we'll just connect it back to itself, like so. And that's how you put the roads down. This is the map limits. I don't really mess with this, but it lets you make borders. I think you can't walk past this limit, maybe. I don't really know, to be honest, so that's something you might want to mess around with. I haven't messed around with it too much. I didn't want to mess up my maps. So let's go to testing game real quick. Alright, so now we're in the game, and now it looks much bigger. Look at this. This map actually looks pretty massive, these huge mountains. This is all the high grassland stuff I threw down. See, it just makes the ground look better with like bushes and shrubbery, as well as the trees, of course. And instead of just like flat, plain old grass, like maybe over there. Although that doesn't look bad either. But if you're just working off the grid thing, you might want to do that. And yeah, so this is the buildings I put down. I probably left this one tilted, or maybe I just put it on a hill, I don't know. But as you can see, they're all pretty big compared to what it looks like when you're making it. Here's the road. So there's a little road in this little tiny village I just made. And this is it. So this is basically just the basics. Now you can get really in-depth with these things, with the map creating and everything. And you can make some pretty incredible maps with this. I have extremely high hopes for this map making system. I think this will actually help the game have a long lifespan compared to some games, just because, one, the creative people, there's a lot of creative people out there, they can get their creative juices flowing and they can really put a lot of work into these maps. And you'll have some just players, and not like official like game makers or anything, just random players who bought the game that like to mess around with map making, and they'll make some really incredible maps. Yeah, and it's just something you can mess around with. I don't know. I just really like it. I love features like this in games. And yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to show you guys the map making feature. I mean, I'm not the greatest at it, to be honest, but I do love it. I mess around on it all the time. And I've been learning a lot about it. Maybe if anyone's interested, I could make a more in-depth map video later on down the line. But other than that, I really just wanted to show off the map. If you enjoyed this or it helped you out, you could leave it a like. That would help me out. That's all I got. So thanks a ton for watching. I'm DJ, and this is Far Cry 3 Map Editor. Have a great day. Bye!